Bit of yawning there.
Coffee, water, cashew nuts.
Was it a late night last night? Is it?
No, it was actually. Was it? It was actually an early night. I've just been. This diet is doing my nutting.
Is it a specific?
Do you know how long I've been doing it for? 2 days.
Let me just ask
2
you: Is
days.
it like a high protein diet? What type of diet is it?
Eat fuck all and lose as much weight as possible. No. Oats in the morning, yogurt, fruit, boiled egg, and plenty of water. So I'm pissing like a racehorse. And I'm starving. But the wife says, don't starve yourself. I'm driving about. What do you buy at the newsagents? An apple? No, there's no chocolate. You're hit with chocolate and McCoy's crisps on the way in.
Okay, so what's the problem now? I don't understand.
I like that stuff and it's bad for you. So I'm going in going, I'll just need to U-turn.
Do you find lack of sleep or no? Longer sleep makes you more tired. Like if
Yes.
I have a longer sleep, I get up, I'm knackered. Whereas if I have my normal,
I can't.
I've had 5 hours.
Yeah.
I've had 5 hours. That's me. Brilliant. See if I get into the 8 hours. I'm like a melted welly.
Optimum for me is between 5 and 7 hours. I don't sleep more than that because the moment you go over that, you lay awake. Your brain doesn't switch off.
You're too busy running like Forrest Gump. All that weight that you've
Forrest-
lost. Look at you, but like not
Look
a
at
fly's
that.
penis.
It's
You look
hard
good,
work. It's hard work.
Hard work being this good.
what a vision that would be.
That actually just started off.
Like
That-
Forrest Gump.
No, it started off like Forrest Gump. Yeah, I just
did that
running.
running.
What am I going to do? It started off by just walking and then time.
Then walking fast.
Walking fast and then like, I'm just going to run. And now I'm just running. Who would have thought? Who would have thought I would be a runner?
Yeah, oh, you've done well.
No, thank you.
So was that your vision then?
I never actually wrote it down. And that's probably a downfall for me. I had a weight target in mind, which I wrote down. That was the one thing that I wrote down. And I was realistic when I wrote that target down. I didn't want to achieve it because, you know, when you write something down, and it was around about August, around about April last year, where I had a target in mind. And I wrote it down and I said, by December, I want to weigh this. By January, I want to weigh this. And I wasn't killing myself. I wasn't going to lose, not 7, 8, 9 kilograms. I was just going to lose maybe a kilogram a month. That's all I wanted to do in 30 days. And that should be achievable. A little bit of exercise and that type of thing, which is what we're going to talk about today, is about vision. What is vision? What is it? Why is vision important? And I think the reason why you have a vision for your business, and it's just to be clear, is eventually when you have your company growing, you want to take your team on a journey with you, and they need to buy into something bigger. Okay? I'm yet to see a team that gets excited by hearing the owner wants to do 4 million in 4 years' time. I'm yet to see a team that goes, yes, we want to be part of that 4 million. All they're thinking is the owner's going to be making £1 million. Where am I? So the vision that you have has got two aspects. There's the aspect for you and there's the aspect for your team. So for you, you do need to have a vision in terms of numbers where you want to see that business. And what you would do, just for an example, you would say, in 4 years from now, I want to turn over £1 million. Let's say you start in 2024 and you say by 2028, I want to achieve £1 million worth of profit or £1 million worth of turnover and a profit before tax of £100,000. And then you work it back and you say in year 3, I want to do 700, year 2, 400, and at the end of the year, I want to do 250. That's how you work a vision. And you have 2 or 3 key metrics. Turnover is vanity, profit is sanity, cash flow is reality. So choose what you want to achieve. Yeah. Because what gets measured gets done. And it does form the validation of your business, is your numbers. It validates whether or not you'll achieve your vision. And I'll just share this quick story. I had 2 partners in a business, sort of a digital media marketing company. And they were doing about £300,000 turnover a year. And when you spoke about the vision, the one partner said, it is £600,000, I'd be happy. And the other partner said, this is a £10 million opportunity. So after a bit of negotiation, we agreed that the vision after three years should be £5 million. At the end of 3 years, they turned in at 4.5 million. So we're £500,000 short. And that's the power of a vision because it keeps them accountable. But then there's the other aspect of the vision, the part that gets the team going. So I'm going to use an example again. Habitat for Humanity, their vision is to solve homelessness. It's a big vision to buy in. That is their vision. And everybody that deals with them buys into that vision. So today we want to talk a little bit about vision. And Michael,
Yes.
You are going to be sharing some of your visionary ideas, and then Johnny, we're going to jump onto some of your visionary ideas,
Sure.
just so that listeners can get an idea of what a vision is and what a vision isn't. And I just want to say, a vision is first, it's big, it's hairy, it's audacious. It doesn't have, it's not rooted in reality. Because very often we go, oh, well, I'm only doing £50,000 now. Next year, if I do 100,000, I'll be happy. That's business. Vision needs to be the big picture. It's what picks you up on those days when your character is tested. When character building days, it's like, this is why I'm doing it. This is what we want to achieve. This is the end goal. And the end goal needs to be driven by time, but it also has to have some metrics around it. So with that, Michael, over to you.
Thanks very much. My vision on the golf studio, because that's one of the newer ones, I literally took that idea to have a studio, and then I've kicked it to the moon, and then I've kicked it into the atmosphere. Or the stratosphere would probably be better. So where I am now is I've got one studio. I'm currently looking to move that into another studio, which is going to be expanded into about 5,000 square feet. So that's a good expansion from where I am. But my big vision is to have like a glass domed arena with a hotel attached. There's going to be shops there, hub space for businesses, business space, outdoor activity space, so you can utilise that for different sports. Multi-million. It's going to cost there's about 50 odd million to build the thing.
Do you want a cheque or do you want it in cash?
Anytime. Cash is probably all right.
So
See you later.
that is fantastic. That is a great vision that you've just shared, because it is big, it's hairy, it's audacious. It just shows what's possible. And that's what drives things forward. Johnny, some vision.
Well, do you know the few businesses that I've got, the one, just to put it on the table right now, the Business Babble.
Go for it, Johnny.
I want about 3 million listeners minimum, up to 10 million. I want to take over Rogan. I want to be the Business Babble where everybody comes to. Every new startup comes straight through here. This is the one that everybody talks about. I want that.
That is
and I don't
good.
actually realise why we can't get that.
Yeah, it's articulating it. It's articulating that vision and taking people with us along that journey. Big, hairy, audacious. Both your visions are massive. And that's what we need to start focusing on is, what is our vision? What is our vision? What's your vision in your business? Don't think small, think big. Always think big. Doesn't have to be realistic.
See, the other one, when you're talking about vision, it'd be also quite interesting if you have a family, you're starting your business, to get them involved in a vision. A vision board for what they're all equally wanting, share some ideas, and use the business to catapult you there as well. So include as many people as you can in your family. That can sometimes help.
And that's along the lines of what we spoke about before, with aligning your goals and your
Yeah.
vision. So you have to have your personal stuff aligning with your business so that you definitely have them on track, or else you'll just never get there with them both.
Yeah, it's when you're in business, you want to be focused. You want to create that shared focus. And a vision does create that shared focus, because when you roll it out to the team, you want to see how they're going to be participating and how they're going to be contributing to you achieving that vision. And if you don't articulate it, how do they know what you want to achieve? Do they come to work to earn a paycheck? Do they come to work to make a difference? And that's the difference in having a clear vision and not having a vision at all. It's really that clear. Because people that have a clear vision that they articulate to prospective employees, they buy into it. They don't come to work for a pay. They come to work to earn money, don't get me wrong. But they come to work to make a difference because they believe in that vision. They're part of that shared ownership. They're part of that shared focus. They want to actually help you achieve that. It's never driven by numbers. Numbers is the consequence of everybody showing up and everybody believing in it. That's the power of having a good vision. So if you want to, not if you want to, you need a vision for your business. But we don't articulate it. I mean, we spoke about earlier on. I mean, I had this weight loss goal. Never thought about it, but I wrote it down. It's probably the only good thing that I did about my vision was I want to weigh this by this. And you know, when I got to it, I was away from it. I didn't hit it. And then all of a sudden, it just came into play. And now I'm at the target weight, so I'm happy. And that's the power of a vision. It's something that you work towards. On the days when you walk into the news agent, you turn around and you make the U-turn because you don't want to buy the Yorkie, because I understand that challenge very, very well.
I was actually thinking about a Yorkie there. Toblerone.
Couple
It's a
of
Toblerone. It's a hard one, eh?
I think what you're saying there is quite good in that sharing your vision helps, like, especially with the structure of your business with your staff. If you're getting them involved and showing them the vision, you know, this guy or woman that's in here working at this level, in 3 years' time, we're looking for you to be up here with this underneath you. And, you know, it's easier then, I think, for the staff to buy into that when they can see what you're looking at and what's going forward. So if you keep it all to yourself, they don't see that vision, and then
Making it relative towards them
Yep.
and what their aspirations are. Like a case that's finding out what they want and what they want from life. How many holidays do they want? What makes you who you are, and how could this vehicle, this business, help you get there?
Has any business that you've been involved in that you've specifically worked for, have they ever shared their vision
Never.
with you?
we do it with ours. Like, we share
Yeah.
ours now, but we didn't before, to be honest. It's important. I think it's important.
It's just, and the bigger your organization grows, the less we share the vision of the organization. We write it
think
down on
they
the
do it.
wall.
They do it. You see it all on the wall, and
Yeah.
it's all these, like whatever the buzzwords.
There we go. Yeah.
But to actually feel it, to actually include everybody in it, because what it'll do, it'll actually showcase the ones that are there for the right reasons and the ones that are not. And that comes back to the previous episodes we've talked about hiring and firing.
Absolutely.
You know.
Structured focus.
Yeah.
And
Massively.
I think as businesses, that's what we could learn. I don't think these huge organizations would be spending hundreds of millions and defining their visions and putting it out there, because the top tier buys into it and maybe one level below. But the people executing, they're not involved in that. They're not following that structured approach. Why would they care? Who's taken the time to say, this is where we want to go? And that's also one of the reasons guys fall out of love with their businesses.
Mm-hmm.
Their vision, it gets blurred.
They get too far away up there and they forget about the person down here. And it's a shame, really, because they'll start preaching and talking in events like they know it all. And if you imagine that person sitting listening to them, they'll be like, what is he or she talking about?
Yeah, that's not what our business, that's not our vision.
No,
Nobody's
and
ever told me that.
That's one of the things that has to go all the way through. You do the one in America, how they do the hidden boss or whatever it is, the secret boss,
Oh, yeah. Undercover boss.
undercover boss. And you could just see them going, oh, they can't believe how horribly wrong they've got it, because they've not displayed, they've got their vision, but they've not displayed it to the right manager. And the manager's not been the right manager. So the vision is it's huge in a
I
business.
think starting off where, you know, people are just starting off their businesses at this stage, having that vision is what drags you out of bed in the morning when things are not going quite well, or you've had a bad
when you
day.
have no sales coming in the
and
month.
you're wondering, why are you here? Why are you doing this? And then that's where I go. It's like, this is what I am trying to achieve here. And that's what sends, it turns that energy back into positive energy, and you can start driving again. So the visions, I think, is a crucial thing to have. So your little cake shop that you're, you know, you even just start from the house now, baking cakes. But where's that going to go? How many shops you're going to have? You're going to franchise it? What's, you know, globally?
Do you want to be cake boss? Do you want a Hallmark TV channel dedicated to you to take off? That's the power of a vision. It's to get you up. Because a lot of businesses start small. Apple started in the garage. Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniacki's parents' garage. It's where it started. That's where it starts.
Exactly.
You know, it starts at small things. There's an interesting story. At the time when Apple was launching, they approached the co-founder of Atari to give them a stake in the business. And he thought, nah, this thing will never work. This thing's never going to be a trillion dollar company. Vision. It's where it started. Steve Jobs had a great vision, but he's in that 1% of outliers. Okay. A lot of guys don't talk about their business vision. They don't share it. And this is, again, direction of travel. It's about taking the time to work on your business, not in it, on it. Because, again, your vision is what you want to share with your team.
Yep.
This is where I'm going to. This is why we all get together. And the reason why tech startups are so successful is because everybody buys into that shared vision, that shared dream. That's, goes back to culture, goes back to values, goes back to the value you create for your clients.
Yeah.
And I think it's key as well, like the £5 million story there, is that your vision, you might never actually ever get to that point. If the vision's big enough, you might never ever reach it, and it'd be amazing if you do. But where you will actually get to could be quite amazing.
Well, I think that's a lot
It's
on
covered
vision.
vision.
I know.
So a lot
I
on
can
vision.
see everything now. So next week, next episode, I believe it's marketing. Is it marketing this time?
Well, we're gonna be talking about what gets measured gets done, and that word covers all measures of sins. But what we're really looking at is we're gonna be dividing it up. We're gonna be looking at marketing activities, because it is what marketing activities are you going to be doing. We've got a section on sales. What sales activities do you need to be doing? Not necessarily marketing like in Facebook, but things like awareness. What are your channels? You're going to have to start looking at that. This is where everything that you've done up to now, you need to start putting into practice, and you need to start creating action plans. So it's more the actions. What do we measure in terms of marketing? And we just make it easy. We're going to do it marketing. We're going to do sales. We're going to do numbers, which I like numbers. And then we're going to do operations. What do you need to do? Because those are the 4 key fundamental areas in your business that you need to focus on.
Perfect.
Excellent. And always remember, at the end of every episode, we say, this is your world. Shape it before someone else does. Is that
I think it's
right?
where someone else will. Right, take 2.
Take 2. Oh, no. We've dropped the camera. This is great. This is your world. Shape it or someone else will.
Perfect.
Thank you.